Hey guys, so today I went through and I've been playing a little bit of the Magic the Gathering Arena, and I wanted to talk about is it worth it, as well as what is the business model and how essentially the game works. So it's kind of a mini review slash what's the business model like, alright? So I've been playing it for a little bit, probably about 3 to 4 hours now, and I just want to give a quick update. I am a huge Magic the Gathering fan. I've been playing forever. I mean, since like Ice Age, which was like, I don't even know, like 20 years ago or something. So I've been playing this game forever, and I just kind of wanted to go through and explain what I'm seeing from Magic the Gathering Arena. So, the first thing is they take a Hearthstone business model of play games, get gold, do dailies, which gives you more gold, and then you get specific rewards from doing so. Currently, it is bugged because this is only a stress test, but you actually do get one daily a day, plus you get daily wins, which the more you win, up to 5 times, you get 5 free cards. And I don't know if it was just the luck that I had, but on my 5th card, I ended up getting a very rare card. So maybe at the end of every day, you get a big one. If not, it's just luck. Then every 5 wins, you get a pack. Now, after 15 wins, you can only get this 3 times per week. So you can get you can get 3 free packs per week, and you can get 5 free cards per day. Plus, all 5 of these dailies every day gives you an extra like 250 gold, and then every day you get a daily that's like 300 gold. So effectively, every single day you were bringing in about 500 gold, which is half of a pack. So if you play every day, you're bringing in about half of a pack worth of gold every single day. Now, in Hearthstone, how does that end up about the same? Well, in Hearthstone, let's say you just did your dailies. Likely you would get an average of 40 gold from your dailies, and then you would probably play enough to get an extra 20 gold, meaning that you'd get a little bit more than half of a pack. So, speaking of that, I got a little bit more than half a pack. Hearthstone, you got a little bit more than half a pack, so it's about the same. However, in this game, you get more cards per pack. So now I'm going to go through and turn this into the pack opening section of the video. Where I open up all of these packs, and actually I'm going to do this at the end. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the game, and at the very end I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to open these packs, and we'll get there later. So how do I rate this game? Personally, I've always liked Magic the Gathering more than Hearthstone. And my reasoning for it, and here's what the dailies look like. It just says, oh, win 2 games of the green-white, or win 2 games of the red-white, and it gives you 300 gold, plus you can get a whole bunch of gold daily, as well as cards, just by playing. And the cards continue, but the gold gets less and less until it doesn't give you gold anymore. But effectively, you can bring in about 250 gold from this, as well as cards, for as long as you play, and you can bring in 300 gold from 1 daily quest per day. And then every week you can bring in 3 free packs. So if you do all of your dailies, every week you should be essentially bringing in you should be bringing in 4 packs per week in just gold, and 3 packs per week in the weekly rewards. So you'll get about 7 packs a week, playing just a reasonable amount. I think that's pretty good. I hope that the arena mode is solid in this, or draft mode is what they'll probably call it. And we'll see. It's not available right now. We only have constructed mode. It might be available in another beta test, but I hope that's a little bit more reasonable. Otherwise, it's very similar to Hearthstone as it is. And I stopped playing Hearthstone because it was hard to keep up without paying a lot of money. So there's also a little box here that says unlock Vault by collecting cards and opening packs, so you might get something free here. And so the way that this works is kind of unique. When you are getting cards, when you open up a pack, you almost always get one of these. And what these do is this allows you to craft another card completely. So instead of getting dust and kind of feeling like really dumb because you just have dust, you'll get these cards instead. And these are much more valuable than dust because this can turn into anything. So let me show you an example of what this looks like. I'm going to sort by unknown or unowned cards, and I'm going to pick this card right here. And it says, do you want to redeem this? It will take one common wild card to turn it into this. So this is where I think the business model gets a lot more friendly, where you get these. I've been getting these every single pack, and you get these and you can immediately turn them into the cards that you want. So you could kind of be building up a bunch of these while you're playing with the decks that you have, and then you know that you can go into these later. So I think this is a little bit more friendly. Instead of getting dust and slowly getting up there, you kind of just collect a bunch of these and you know, hey, I can build this deck. And it's a lot easier to visualize too, because if you're, instead of going, oh, I need 16,000 dust because of this, 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 and this, it's pretty easy. You go, oh, I need 10 cards. And you look at this and go, oh, 4 of them are commons and 2 of them are rares. Yeah, I've got enough. So it's a really unique system. I like this better than a lot of the other like currency systems that are in other games. So it's pretty cool. Overall, it's still pretty buggy. So I can't talk too much about the gameplay or how it runs. But overall, I feel like it's pretty quick compared to Magic the Gathering Online, which I felt like I was always being asked over and over, are you sure you don't want to do anything here? So it's pretty unique. There's a lot of complexity that's in Magic the Gathering, so I think that a lot of the players that like complex card games are going to enjoy that. If you've never played Magic the Gathering, imagine it just Hearthstone, but much more complex with cards that do more things. For example, some of the most interesting cards in Hearthstone only really do one thing. But if I was to show you, I want to say it was this deck. There's a card in this deck that I just kind of wanted to share. This card right here. You may look at the top card of your library. You may cast the top card of your library if it's a creature card. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast creature spell cards. Creature spells. So it does 3 different things on a single card, and you see a lot of cards that do like a variety of things. So there's a blue deck that I want to say it's in here, and I might be wrong, but there's a blue deck where there's blue cards that do like, you get to choose between 2 actions, and there's not a lot of that in Hearthstone. I mean, the druids have things that you could choose between 2 actions, but they're not like that interesting. It's like, oh, give up +1 or do this. These ones, the actions could be interesting. And look at like how long some of these abilities can be. It's really, really fun. It's so much more challenging than Hearthstone and very, very interesting. So I highly recommend checking out this game. It's going to be free to play. It's going to be going into open beta pretty soon. They don't have an exact date for it, but they expect it pretty soon, within the month. Yeah, so that's that. Let me get into the pack opening now, and we can kind of go through with this, and I can show you exactly what we're going to be looking at. And I already got a couple packs today, as well as I had a few that it just gave you. So starts off, I get a decent amount of cards, and I don't know why this one's gray. I'd imagine I already have too many of these. So I don't know what happens if you have too many cards. But yeah, so we get a couple blue cards, we get a spell card, counter, a destroy artifact, and you get more cards than you do normally. Oh, nice. I got a mythic. So this is a mythic planeswalker, and this is another reason why Magic the Gathering can be a little bit more entertaining than other games. You can actually summon a character who has more abilities, like they almost cast their own spells. So this guy says each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life, and he gains life when he does that. Then if you want to sacrifice his life, he can gain control of someone, give it haste, and then it gives it back to the enemies. Well, in this case, it sacrifices it. So you pretty much steal a creature from the enemy, you get to attack with it once, then it kills itself. It's very strong. And his ultimate ability, which probably will never land because you need to use your +1 4 turns in a row without taking any damage, says each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in his or her graveyard, which by the time you could activate that, most likely they're going to have 10 to 15 cards in their graveyard and likely be down on a bunch of health already, because you had to use the #1 ability 4 times, meaning they already lost 8 life. So this card, if he can survive for 5 turns, you pretty much won the game. That's how strong it is. But yeah, so that's what opening a pack looks like. You get a variety of cards. Let me go and open up another one. Alright, same deal. Pretty interesting cards. A really long card effect right there. And let's open this. Another mythic. Nice. Ascend, it's a pretty unique effect. It makes it to where if you have a lot of things that you've been playing and you have a lot of things on the board, it gets extra abilities, which is nice. You can put this on the bottom of your library, and you can take an extra turn if you have enough things on the board. That's pretty cool. Extra turns only costing 4 mana is really strong. This is what I'm talking about. You can open a pack and you can get a common like this, and that means that you can use it on any common card, even if you didn't get it. So I really like getting those. It's just a rare up here, Galta. Oh, and another thing about these packs is it goes, I explained this in another video, but it goes commons down on the bottom, uncommon here and here, and then either rare or mythic up here. So this happens to be a rare, and we're going to open up another pack. Same deal, I just got an uncommon right here, so I can use this on any uncommon card in the game. No matter what set it's in, no matter where it is, I can get any uncommon in the game with this. So whenever you see these, you should be like, yes, I'm so happy to see those. And a Ruin Raider, the raid cards are pretty cool. So we're going to keep opening these. I got another uncommon, which is awesome. They're called wild cards, so you can use them on anything. Amazing. Alright, another rare. Exile all attacking creatures target player controls. That's pretty solid. You give them a bunch of land, but they probably won't need the land that late, so pretty good. Alright, a mythic. Target player draws 7 cards, and it costs 7 mana. That is a weird card. The reason I call it a weird card is because 7 mana cards are really, really late game, and 7 cards is how many cards you normally can have in your hand. So unless you're really down late game, this is going to be really awkward. But it could be a strong card. I'm sometimes surprised at what actually ends up working and what doesn't. This is a 2-color card. Putting counters, that's pretty neat. You could put counters on creatures and you can remove them to draw cards. That's pretty strong. You can see I'm getting further to unlocking my vault, which I don't know what that does, but hopefully we get enough to where we can find out. I got another wild card, so that's exciting. And I got a rare. It costs 3 less if there is 10 or more non-land permanents on the battlefield, and then you destroy all non-land permanents. So that's pretty brutal. That includes the enemy's one. So if they've got, I don't know, 7 on their field and you have 3 on yours, you could blow up everything, and then it's a even fight again. So I like that card. It's pretty cool. Alrighty, and now we just got another common wild card, so we can use that to get any wild, or any common card. Alright, Razaketh, the Foul-Blooded. Legendary creature, demon, he has flying, trample, pay 2 life, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a card, put that card in your hand, shuffle your library. So, what this is really cool. Not only is he a flying trample that's like 8/8, so he's just a beast, but he has an ability that has no cooldown, costs no mana, that you can sacrifice just a terrible card on your field, a zombie, a 2/2 zombie if you wanted, and search for anything you want. Meaning you can search for, let's say for example you play this card and you need something to kill a creature on the enemy's field. You kill a 2/2 zombie on your side and you get the exact card you need to kill his creature. Maybe you just want more creatures. You kill a 2/2 zombie, you get a bigger creature. It's a very, very powerful ability. I like this card. The only thing that I don't like about this card is he's an 8 cast, meaning that you can only use him very, very late game, which is probably pretty bad. So, I don't know. As much as I like him, he probably isn't that great. Alright. Got a land card that's pretty cool, as well as a rare. That dude has some hair. A main, let's see. He gets +1/+1 for each other cat you control, and you can exert him, which means to tap him to create 2 white cat creatures with lifelink. So you play this card, and he creates 2 cats with lifelink, and then he becomes a 4/4, and you have 2 cats with lifelink. It's a pretty strong card. I would say this is a must-pick in draft, as you have a card that's continuously creating more creatures. It's very strong in draft. And we have another one of these, which we can spend on anything. Oh, we just got a mythic one. So this is amazing. This is a mythic wild card we can spend on any mythic card in the game. Which is, again, it's really, really great. Alright, so we're going to go and open up the Amonkhet ones. I like that art. That's pretty neat. That one's pretty cool too. Alright, what did I get? I got a rare wild card. And again, you should be excited whenever you see a wild card because that's you closer to building the deck you actually want to build because you can use these on anything. It's very, very cool. And up here, this tells you how many you have. So if you're looking at a deck online, you're like, oh, I need like 3 or 4 cards. This will show you how many you actually have available. And I'm guessing there's going to be a way to craft more later on or maybe buy more. We'll see. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Alright, this looks really cool. If a source an opponent controls would deal damage, so you prevent 1 of that damage. Okay, that's weird. No, that might be cool. He has 5 creatures out. You prevent 5 damage because it's from 1 of each. So that could be actually really cool. And the beetle looks like a beast. Look at like him in comparison to the size of the stairs below him. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's see what we get. Oh, Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons. She's a 2-cast. When she deals combat damage to a player, you may put a -1/-1 counter on a target creature. When you put a -1/-1 counter on a target creature, create a 1/1 green snake with Death Touch. So that's a bit rough because she has to hit the opponent to get this rolling, and the enemy might as well just block. So it's a bit rough, but it's kind of neat because she's only a 2-cost 2/2. So even if she didn't have any abilities at all, that's still pretty strong. And this allows you to kill creatures that they don't want to block with. So I would say this is actually a really good card. It's a legendary, so you wouldn't want to put too many in your deck because if you play 2 legendaries, they kill themselves. I don't know why. Maybe because just one person can't be in 2 places at the same time. That looks pretty cool. Minotaur. Whenever you cycle it, discard a card. Pitiless Vizier gains indestructible until the end of turn. That's cool. Another thing that's really great about these is in the original Magic the Gathering, cards could get really expensive. Like there's some uncommon cards that would easily get. There's one uncommon card that I had. I have it kind of near me, but I don't remember what it exactly was called. This black card is 1-cast card. And it made it to where you can look at the opponent's hand and pick a certain card. They have to discard it, right? That card was an uncommon card, and its price went up to like $18. So it's nice to have these in the game because you know if there's a card that's used in meta decks, you can just build that deck for the same cost as a non-meta deck. So it makes it to where there's less of a cost for getting into this game than regular Magic the Gathering. It's more similar to Hearthstone in the sense that... like a deck is every mythic is worth the same, right? But I don't know, it's still really interesting. Alright, Prowling Serpapard. It's a serpent and a leopard. Wow, that's something. Can't be countered, and creature spells you control can't be countered. I mean, that's not bad. That's a sideboard card against a blue deck, honestly. Like at the very best, that's all that is. But yeah, I get 2 more of those. Those are always nice. Alright, and what do we get? An attendant, a pouncing cheetah. That's pretty cool looking. And we get New Perspectives. It's an enchantment. You draw 3 cards when it enters the battlefield. As long as you have 7 or more cards in hand, you may pay 0 rather than paying cycling costs. That's neat, I guess. I don't think it's going to see too much play just because it's a 6 mana card that only reduces cycling, which is a mechanic that's notoriously good early game and not that exciting late game. So that's the packs that I'm opening. That's a little bit about Magic the Gathering's thing. I want to see one thing before I stop. I want to see if there is a way to craft more of these somehow. I don't think there is. Let's go unowned. What is this here? There's a double thing. Oh, it just means it has a backside. What is this? What is this? Okay, so these are these. Can I craft more of these? I don't think you can. I would think that you might be able to by like smashing other cards or by like upgrading. Let's say you have like 10 of these, you could turn like 10 into one of these and 10 of these into one of these or something. I don't know. I feel like there should be a way to where you can upgrade these. And there probably is, or there probably will be as we go further into the game. But for now, yeah, for now, let me know what you guys think. I know Magic the Gathering's had some iffy times in the past, so like Magic the Gathering Online's had trouble, and then they've had some really scummy tactics for people that are for local game stores, as well as cards have just gotten ludicrously expensive, so you can't play like Legacy without having like a $6,000 deck. So, that sounds like an exaggeration. It really isn't. A lot of the Legacy decks are very expensive. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you going to test out this new Magic the Gathering, or are you going to let it pass? Or are you going to watch to see how it goes before you give it a shot? I'd love to hear in the comments below. I personally am going to give it a shot when the beta comes out, and I don't know, go from there. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this type of video, just let me know.